Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha Rizondu if you haven't been here before, and if you have, welcome back. Oh, this is a big video. We have lots to chat about and you're very up close because we're doing Get Ready With Me, so I want you to see all of this. I've primed my eyes, done my brows, and I've used a little bit of the Becca under eye concealer, but I will have everything linked down below if you're curious about anything that I've used. So I'm gonna just come in a little bit. Right, so if this video is up, I have filmed this ahead of time because I've got news. I've got news, guys. And you may have gotten the indication from the title. Anyway, I'm just gonna start. I'm using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So, I haven't been completely honest with you guys. It's not that I've been dishonest, but sometimes with certain things in my life, I like to be private. And one of those is, for me, pregnancy. So, I am currently pregnant. And not only am I pregnant, I am 39 weeks pregnant. So I'm about to drop at any moment now. So I'm pre-filming this, and I've been trying to do a little bit of pre-filming when I have the energy. It's not been easy, I will admit, to do extra filming with my exhaustion levels. However, I want to keep the filming going while I am looking after my bebe. So yes, I am 39 weeks pregnant and I'm feeling it. I feel so pregnant. It's, I don't know if this is TMI, but if you know anything about pregnancy, yesterday I got a stretch and sweep because I want this baby out. I don't want to be overdue like my last pregnancy because I was overdue and then I hit a little bit of high blood pressure and they induced me and it was not a good experience. So I am trying my hardest to avoid that. I'm doing my stretches. I'm eating my six dates a day. I haven't got the raspberry leaf tea. We're in lockdown, so it's a little bit harder to access. And I want to go into labor naturally. I want to give birth naturally. And I think I can do it. I was told yesterday I'm actually already a centimeter dilated, so I'm on my way to getting there. I'm not in labor. I'm not doing a video in labor, but my body is starting the process to get into labor. So I've been getting a little bit crampy. I'm not going to tell you everything because it's not a pregnancy video. It's just an update video, but I mean, overall, I've had such a different pregnancy this time round to when I had Ivy. When I had Ivy, when I tell you, I wouldn't have been able to hide my pregnancy. I blew up like a puffer fish. Like, it was very noticeable. I got Angelina Jolie lips. My nose got really big. I had carpal tunnel. I was swollen in my hands from about 6 months pregnancy. I just had a really hard time. I also had a very different job. I had a sit-down job in my first pregnancy, whereas this one I work in retail. I was on my feet all the time, and I think that helped. So I've got the Colourpop That's Taupe. While I'm filming this is in my Shop My Stash and my first time using it, so I'm very, very excited. That's basically my update, and I will be giving birth in Sydney during lockdown. Lockdown was supposed to end today. Which would have been great timing. However, they've extended it for another whole month. I cannot leave the house. I mean, with a newborn, you don't intend to leave the house anyway, but I would have liked, you know, my brother, my grandparents to visit and see the baby, my best friends, just like my close contacts. But no, that won't be happening. It will be just my husband, my daughter, and my mum is coming up to look after my daughter while I'm in the hospital and also while I'm at home to help me out. It could be a lot worse. However, I didn't really want to give birth in lockdown. My biggest fear is that they ramp up the the policies in the hospital. And my biggest fear is that Vinny won't be able to be in the labour room with me, because it has happened at another hospital. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. This is the most beautiful, beautiful shade. I would just wear this and go out the door. I could pop at any moment. I feel like it's going to be within the next week. I don't feel like I'm going to go overdue. It does feel different. I feel different to my last pregnancy, like just so different. I haven't put on too much weight. I put on the healthy amount of weight for my BMI, so that's good news. Last pregnancy, I didn't put on any like extra weight, but then in the last trimester, whew, I just went from normal to like puffer fish overnight. It was wild. Hormones are a crazy thing. With the gender, if this video is up, I've had the baby. So if you want to go over to Instagram, I will have probably announced it there. I'm probably not going to announce it on YouTube. So I'll have my Instagram link down below if you're curious, if you want to see the bubba, if you want to know what gender, name, things like that. I'll probably have that over there. I wanted to know the gender. I can't not know. I don't know how people don't know for 9 months. I mean, personal choice. But if I have the option, I need to know. And it's not that the gender matters. Like, it's not like it matters if it's a boy or a girl. It's just I need to know. My curiosity absolutely kills me. At my 20-week scan, we were told one gender, but she wasn't sure. What she thought she saw, she went with that. She said, "Are you sure you want me to tell you? Because I'm not totally sure." And I said, no, tell me. I want to know. I might not get another scan. And she told me what she thought it was, which is interesting because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. You know how you kind of have a feeling? And I'm not saying that I'm like witchy and, you know, super intuitive and just like no. But it's not what I thought it was going to be. Because she wasn't sure, we were like, okay, we're going to plan for this gender, but we're not going to go overboard. So if someone asks us what gender we're having, we'll say we think it's this, but we're not sure, which is true. Anyway, so I had to get another scan, a growth scan, to see how the baby was coming along at 34 weeks. It was just the positioning of the baby was different. At 20 weeks, the baby was really not showing that region on the ultrasound. And then this one, it was clear as day what the gender was. And I was like, that, I know, because I said to the lady on the ultrasound, I was like, is that I'm not going to say because I still haven't given birth, so I might be wrong. So I'm not actually going to say. I was like, is that and she goes, oh, it's not really for me to say at this scan. This is just a growth scan. But you should have been told at your 20-week scan. I said, yeah, we were told a different gender to what I think I'm seeing here. She was like, look, it could be, but like it appears like it could be. That's what she said, what I was asking her. Anyway, she continues with the scan and she goes back right at the end. And I was like, I kind of screamed. I was like, no. That's I can tell. You know, because I already have a child, I can tell the difference or the non-difference, you know? And she's like, yeah, I do agree with you. She goes, I'm about 95% sure that it is what you're saying it is. And I was like, oh my God. Because when you have it in your head that you're having a certain gender, you know, you mentally prepare for it. Whether you're buying things or thinking of names, things like that. And next minute, I'm like reevaluating everything that I thought. Fortunately, I had very genderless newborn clothes, so I actually hadn't bought anything. And I intentionally did that when I had Ivy because they weren't totally sure with Ivy either if it was a boy or a girl. It's just, I mean, it's the position that baby is in that moment in the ultrasound. You just don't know. So I bought a lot of genderless newborn and kept them. So for us, it didn't actually matter in the material sense if it was a boy or a girl, because we had newborn clothes that would, you know, whites and greys, which is what I prefer anyway. A newborn doesn't need to have headbands and all these accessories, and it's a newborn, you know what I mean? Okay, we are going to go in with a shimmer. I feel like the Super Shock shadows don't do well with brushes. I might use my finger, and then I'll go in with another color. This palette is gorgeous, by the way. This is something that I would use every day. This is the kind of palette that if I didn't have a lot of eyeshadows, I would have one like this. So yeah, until that baby comes out of me, we'll never be 100% sure, but I know. I said from the beginning, you know, when I found out my due date, I don't know, just things were kind of aligning that I thought it was a certain gender. When I found out, or when I saw with my eyes, whether it was a boy or a girl, because you can tell the difference. And it's not just the genitalia, it's the actual structure of the pelvis. Buttocks area looks different. A girl looks like a burger and a boy just looks like a circle. So it's not even that you see a boy's genitalia or a girl's, it's the actual pelvic area that you can tell the difference. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, I was right. So I went straight to Big W. We were not in lockdown then. We're at 0 then, I think. I went straight to Big W, which is like a Target, Kmart. I went and bought this gender a little outfit. An outfit that you would like leave the hospital in. Like a really cute, nice, one-off newborn nice outfit, because you don't need nice newborn outfits, you need onesies. But I bought one nice outfit for this to leave the hospital in. I put it in a bag, and when my husband got home, I said, I have a gift for you. And he was like, why do you have a gift for me? And I was like, can you just sit down? Anyway, so he opened it up, and straight away, the first thing he said was, I knew it. I knew it. He said all along, that's what I thought. I didn't want to set our mind on what they told us at that first scan. Because he's like, I just knew that it was this, which is so interesting. Because I had the same feeling. Turns out my mum had the same feeling. We haven't told anyone. I have told my mum and I've told my best friend, and that is it. It was very exciting because, like I said, it doesn't change everything, but it's exciting being more sure of what's coming if you are into that, what I mean. Okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's really pretty. Okie dokie, let's go in with some foundation. I'm using my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Stick in Vanilla 2. I want to use this more. I really liked it last time I used it. It's like, it's not a full coverage, it's quite sheer, but I know I'm putting on a lot, but that's just how I do. It's a little bit on the pinkier side, but I'm in winter, so I thought this is the perfect time to do this. I actually intentionally didn't wear sunscreen the other day and sat out in the sun. I'm not using it, I mean, now that you know that I'm pregnant, I haven't been using any actives. So I haven't been making my skin more sensitive to the sun. So it was nice. It was this really beautiful day the other day, and I sat in the sun while Ivy blew some bubbles. Her favorite activity. And yeah, it felt nice to actually not be running away from the sun. Because, you know, when you love skincare, you love your actives, your retinols, your vitamin C's, your acids, and you just can't be in the sun. So I was like, you know what? I can sit in the sun, and I don't care if it ages me a little bit. I need some sun on this skin. And I mean, it's not like I was out there for a long time. I didn't burn. I was out there for like 10, 15 minutes. But it felt nice. It felt nice, I must say. So it feels really good being able to talk about this finally. And I guess I haven't really said why. I've never said anything. I did the same with my last pregnancy. This is just personally. I do not care what other people do. I really don't. But personally, I don't like to share my pregnancy on social media. Getting pregnant, being pregnant, giving birth is a miracle. It is a flat out miracle, and all of us that are here today are living proof miracles, in my opinion. And that is not something that I take for granted. You know, I was told by doctors that I probably wouldn't have kids. So the fact that I can get pregnant and have children is a huge, huge blessing for me. And it's not something that I take for granted. So for me, I just like to keep it personal. Obviously, it's not a secret to my friends and family. Like, people in my everyday life know that I'm pregnant. Like, you cannot hide that. But it's just not something that I like to put on social media. And like I said, personal choice. I do not... Is this too light? Well, we'll have to do. I do not mind what other people do. If you want to celebrate, you're excited that you're pregnant, absolutely. Tell the world. I really don't mind. It's just for me, I just like to keep certain things private. But it's not private anymore. Here I am talking about it. Because I am very excited. Terrified of labor. Terrified. I think this time round, because it's my second time, I almost feel like I'm more scared because I know what could happen. And, you know, I had a successful labor, but it was not a natural labor by any means. It was a very difficult, medicated, induced, had to have my waters broken, did not dilate past 2 centimeters after 24 hours. So I had to have a cesarean. And it was quite difficult. I found the recovery quite difficult from a cesarean, which is why I'm really hoping I can have that opportunity to have a natural. And I'm not saying natural is easier. I'm not. I haven't been through it. But I don't have a lot of family support in Sydney. My husband's family are in Nigeria, so we have no one from that side. And my mum lives 3 hours away and works. So she's taking 2 weeks off to be with us. But in my last pregnancy, I went a week overdue. I also was in the hospital for a while. So my mum's 2 weeks was really less than a week of in-home support. And then my husband had to go to work because we couldn't get like any paternal leave because circumstances. So that was quite difficult for me, being with a newborn and recovering from a major surgery alone, which is not something I've really spoken about much, but it was really difficult for me. And I didn't know what I was doing. I have no friends with kids. I wasn't around children. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. There's only so much you can read in a book. When you have that baby in your arms that relies on you 24/7, you've got raging hormones, and you're trying to recover from a major surgery. It's not easy. So I'm in my honeymoon phase right now. Even though I'm ready to give birth and physically I don't want to be pregnant anymore, I'm also like, newborn phase is hectic. Like that 24 hours a day on the clock job. I'm grateful, but I'm also aware of how hectic it is. But on the flip side, your girl is going to give birth before summertime. That's great, because Australian summer is hectic. And also, I get to eat seafood for Christmas. And if you're not Australian, let me just explain to you what an Australian Christmas is. It is champagne or beer and seafood. Well, that's how I grew up, at least. Okay, I need to get a move on. I'm talking too much. All right, I'm going to get my Tarteist Pro Glow palette, and I'm just going to use the cream as I usually do. So yeah, I'm excited to grow my family. I am excited. Is this the last child? Potentially. Just like financially, like how do people afford lots of children? Like if I had more than 2 children, I'd have to get a whole other car. I've got a little hatchback and we've just fitted an extra seat in the back and that's it. I said to Vinny, if I got the pram in the boot, I can't even go food shopping. I've got nowhere to put anything. Like, and now I understand why people have these big cars. I've always been a little car fan because, you know, I live in Sydney in the city. So I don't know if I'd go over 2, to be honest with you. Just going through the whole pregnancy, like I have good pregnancy, but that doesn't mean I enjoy it. I'm not someone that feels bliss while I'm pregnant. I feel sore. I feel annoyed and I don't like all the symptoms that you get like from day to day, like loss of circulation. Oh, the whole head sitting on the bladder thing is just... So yeah, I'm excited to not be pregnant anymore and have a new bubba, but also terrifying. It's exciting and terrifying at the same time. So this stick looks really nice. It's like super natural. I know I went in with a heavy concealer, but I just think it looks really nice. I think it looks nicer than the Complexion Rescue Tint and Moisturizer, the gel, the liquid one. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And no one talks about it. Okay, I'm going to go in with a little bit more bronzer. I am trying to finish my Laguna bronzer in this Orgasm Infatuation palette. So let's do a little bit of that. I'm going more cool tone today, so I'm not going to use this blush. Very exciting life update for me. Vinny's really excited, of course. My mum's excited, 2nd grandchild. And I'm really close with my nan, so it's a shame that I can't see her because with this lockdown, I can't leave a 5-kilometer radius. And my grandparents would be just outside of that, but I shouldn't be seeing them anyway. They are vaccinated. My mum is vaccinated. I can't get vaccinated because I'm under 40. But I'm hoping once I give birth to the baby that I can find a way to get vaccinated. I just want life to go back to normal. And I know the government's trying to up the game with accessing vaccinations. So I'm hoping like in a couple of weeks they have expanded the locations and the actual vials of vaccine to get vaccinated. That's what I'm hoping. But it's hard. It's a lot of people to vaccinate. And then a lot of people don't want to be vaccinated, which we're not going to talk about. I'm not a political channel. Okay. Next, I've got my KVD Rosebud. And I picked this because we're cool tone today. And this is such a beautiful blush. So, yesterday I finished my declutter series and my intention is to have those as rolling on. I don't know when I'm going to give birth. I could give birth tonight. I could give birth in a whole nother week. So I'm just trying to do as many videos as I can that are not time related to have, because it's easy for me to edit a video at home, but it's not easy for me to film because I've got to do the whole setup. I have to have silence. I can't have a child around. So while my daughter's at daycare, I'm really trying to get some videos going. But anyway, not the point. I finished my declutter series. So I have 3 that I still haven't uploaded. I probably have uploaded by the time you see this video. But what I wanted to say is I totally forgot about this beautiful blush, and that's what I love about decluttering. It reignites your love affair with products that you forgot about or haven't had a lot of use of. Is that too much blush? No, not in this house. Then I want, before I do highlighter, I'm going to do a little bit of powder with my Designer Brands Hydra Set, translucent setting powder. This is the messiest thing. It is a good powder, but it is so messy. It all gets stuck in, you can see all the powder. It all gets stuck in here. It's super annoying in the crevices. But I'm just going to take what's in the cap. that reminds me, DB Cosmetics is the Australian. So I did a poll on my YouTube community and you guys really responded to it really well, which I greatly appreciate. I asked if you wanted more Australian focused content, in a series almost. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. If you have any recommendations, that'd be great. I was thinking of like Australian brands in the spotlight, but that seems like really long as a title. But I want to make it like a focused series, and I want to do not just like focusing on just brands, which I will do, but I also want to do like Australian retailers that we can support rather than going internationally. So like Glam Radar, they stock a lot of international brands, but you buy from an Australian company. I thought things like that to promote Australian business, which is really important right now in this pandemic, is that we keep the Australian businesses alive that are dying. Makes me very sad. So I was thinking of that, but also doing like my favorite products from Becca, my favorite products from Priceline, my favorite products from Chemist Warehouse, things like that. So I have ideas in my head, but I really need to narrow it down and have a clear vision of what I'm going to do. If you have any recommendations, I highly suggest you let me know down below, because I really do appreciate your feedback. But yeah, I just need to think of a title. I want it to be short and sweet, but Australia is a long word in itself. So if you have any ideas, I'd appreciate it. I really would. One of my videos is going to be a full face of Ulta 3 Beauty, the Australian brand, because I won a competition for their birthday. So designer brands, DB Cosmetics, and Ulta 3 both had their birthdays at the same time. I think one was 30 years, one was 25 years. Ulta 3 is 25 years old. And they had a competition to win a $170 voucher to their website. And they're a very affordable brand. So I won the competition. I think a few people won. But essentially I won a big old voucher, and that gets you a lot of stuff at Ulta 3. So I got a whole bunch of nail polishes because I had really not many left and I hadn't been really buying any. So I bought all of these beautiful nude nail polishes, but I also bought enough to do a full face of makeup. So that is one of the videos that I will definitely be doing. And then my lipstick is brand new to me. I just got it yesterday. This is the new NYX Lingerie XXL in the shade Max Out, which is a nice purpley shade, which I'm excited to use. I bought a few different shades. There were two that I really wanted that were out of stock. Because I wanted to buy a million, and Priceline did a 50% off NYX. And I'm so glad I waited, because it meant I got to get more. I've been really keen to try these. They feel so different to the originals. They feel a lot creamier. And the doe foot is one of those ones that holds product in it. Can you see that? Oh, it's very comfortable. I love the way this feels. This is definitely an improved formula. I wonder how it dries down and wears throughout the day. That is gorgeous, if I do say so myself. So I have done my full face. I have told you my news. I'm feeling really positive. Today's a beautiful day outside. I am healthy. I am happy. I am excited. I am terrified. So that completes the video today. I'd really appreciate a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you are new here, and stay with me so you can see my beautiful baby. Probably won't feature my baby in my videos because I don't really like doing that. But go over to Instagram. I'm more active in stories and one-off family photos over there. So check that out. Otherwise, I'll have all the information linked down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.